Hello and welcome to this Warhammer 40k battle report with me, Xenovids. Today we had a battle, a 2000 point battle of Grey Knights versus Eldar. Now, Grey Knights Codex has been around for a little while now, and Eldar is one of the newest updates of all the 40k armies. So let's see how well each of them do. So we'll start the game by rolling for the mission. And we rolled a 2 on the dice, which is Purge the Alien. Basically kill points. Every full unit you destroy, you get a kill point for that. So in the deployment type, we rolled Hammer and Anvil, which is long board edges, which benefits more shooty armies. But we'll see how it is in this game. So who goes first? A 1 resolved by the Grey Knights and 6 by the Eldar. And this is how the battlefield looks like. So it is a grass world battlefield with sparse amount of scenery on one side of the board. We have a hill, a raised platform with a small forest or garden feature. On the other side we have some ponds and a couple of barracks mirroring one another. A hedge line, and a big building in the middle, which is in neither player's deployment zone, so no one can get the benefit of having that building as a safe place to fire from, or be protected from. There's a rockery in the middle of the battlefield as well. Now, if this building was on either side of the deployment zone, there'd be a brilliant view of the table there. So that's the board. So the Eldar decided to deploy first, so here they are. It is 10 Guardians with a Bright Lance, 5 Dark Reapers, and behind them is 10 more Guardians with a Bright Lance. We have a Wave Serpent with 10 Dire Avengers, Twin Linked Bright Lance on that, be dangerous with its Serpent Shield abilities, 5 Wraith Blades and the Warlord, which is a Spirit Seer, 10 another Wave Serpent with Fire Dragons and 5 Fire Dragons in there. The Wraith Knight, the Deadly Wraith Knight, the new Eldar toy at the moment. 10 Jet Bikes with a Warlock in them and a Fire Prison. There is a Crimson Hunter coming in from reserve as well, but that is the Eldar deployment. So the Eldar psychic powers for the Spirit Seer, my opponent rolled Quicken, Restrained. Basically, you can run an extra 3 inches, or your opponent runs less than D3, something minus. We never used it, so it doesn't really matter. And the one on the jet bike got a +1 to your armor save, or -1 to your opponent. So the Warlord trait for the Eldar was the one from the actual codex, and we rolled a 6. Yeah, 6. Which is the one where anyone coming in from Deep Strike can go within 6 inches of your Warlord, but there isn't anything. Now the Grey Knights deployment. I've got a Land Raider with 5 Terminators in there, a group of 9 Paladins and a Grandmaster, 2 Razorbacks with 5 Grey Knights Strike Squad in them, each a Nemesis Dread Knight, and in reserve is a Storm Raider. Both of these armies are my own. We are, in our tournament, having the ability to play opportunity, should I say, to play our own armies. So I will be playing as the Grey Knights, my opponent has my Eldar army. And this is how the 2 armies look like on the board after deployment. And from the Grey Knights perspective, all in the corner, looking at the mass of Eldar bodies. Grey Knights are a very elite army, there won't be many models in it. And the strategic Warlord trait for them is Conqueror of Cities, move through cover in ruins, but there are no ruins. Is it night fighting? On a roll of a 4-up, it is. Turn 1 Eldar movement. So my opponent's never played Eldar before really, so he's finding out how important it is to manoeuvre every single model. Now the jet bikes and the tanks can move extremely far, up to 12 inches, and then they can turbo boost in the shooting phase. He normally plays Tau, but Eldar I think a little bit more manoeuvrable. And right here he's wondering, where to put the Wraith Knight. Moves 12 inches, but where would be the best place to put him? So he's having a bit of a ponder, think about where to actually put him. It's pretty difficult to think. To think where to put the Wraith Knight, because he does draw a lot of fire from your opponent. So he decides to move the jet bikes first. Being a manoeuvrable army, anyone controlling the Eldar has to think extremely strategically, because they can be a glass hammer. Bearing in mind, most of the models are toughness free and a low armor save in this army. So he does decide to move the Wraith Knight straight up the board, and basically everything in this army is advancing except for the Guardians and the Dark Reapers in the back there, hoping to line up some shots from where they actually are. So moving into turn 1 of the Eldar shooting phase, the Dark Reapers can see the Nemesis Dread Knight's leg through the windows and the gaps, so fire their missiles at him. Needing 3 ups, getting all but 1, and now needing 5s, a good few. 1, 2, 3. And the Dread Knight has a 2-up armor save and makes them all. So now the Guardians are firing their Bright Lance at the Dread Knight, needing a 3-up and getting it, and now needing a 2-up. Rolls, of course, a 1. It's very good for the Dread Knight. Now the Wave Serpent is firing at the Paladins. He's first firing... oh, he's firing the Bright Lance and the Shuriken Cannons at it. Now, all needing 2-ups and getting all of them. So rolling the armor saves, which I make, and need to make an invulnerable or cover saves for this one, and the cover save is better. And I saved it, because it's night fighting and there was some cover for it. Now firing the other Wave Serpent at the same unit again. Again needing 2s to wound. 2-up armor save makes, and this cover save is a little less, but I still make it. Fire Prison now, firing at the Paladins with the deadly weapon. The Fire Prison is excellent. You can choose to fire it as a lance, as a large blast, or a small blast, each with differing strengths and AP. This one is strength 7, AP 2, if I quite rightly think. And it managed to not do anything, but here comes the Wraith Knight, firing its scatter lasers first, giving it laser lock, meaning it can twin link the other weapons. And the other weapon is a Sun Cannon, strength 6, AP 2, small blast. Gets to reroll if it misses at all. And that's going to be quite deadly to Paladins. Paladins are toughness 4. They have a 2-up armor save, 5-up invulnerable, but they have 2 wounds, unlike other Terminators. However, they cost quite a lot in points. So let's see how much damage the Wraith Knight can cause. He's choosing to reroll a few of his misses, or get a more direct hit. He's able to clip the tank as well a couple of times on that. And needing 5 for the tank, not getting any of them, and rolling against the Paladins. Needing 5s as an invulnerable save for me. I decide to do 2 at a time because they have 2 wounds each, but then decide it'd be a lot easier if I just roll them all and then take them off. So we count them all out, and there are 4 dead. And there they go. So now the bikes are choosing to turbo boost right next to the Land Raider, and he has formed a bit of a pincer movement on my army, encircling it. So what to do for the Grey Knights? Turn 1 of the Grey Knights movement. The Nemesis Dread Knight moved up into the building, and the Paladins move over a little bit. The Land Raider pivots, and the Terminators have got out. that's it. Turn 1 Grey Knight shooting phase. The Nemesis Dread Knight is firing all of its weapons at that Guardian squad there. It's firing his large blast, strength 7 AP4, which is a direct hit, and he's firing his Torrent Flamer, which also clips one of the Wraith Blades. Now, rolling to wound, I need 2 ups, because the Guardian's toughness is 3. Getting a vast amount of them. And he rolls a 6 up for a cover save against the large blast, and I miss the Wraith Blade. But all the Guardians are dead. So that's a kill point and first blood for the Grey Knights. Now the Razorbacks are taking some pot shots at the Wraith Knight. Needing freeze, re-rolled. Wasn't meant to be. And now needing freeze to wound, and doesn't wound, unfortunately. Now the Terminators are firing their Storm Bolters at the jet bikes, needing freeze to hit. And then needing freeze, but then I realised that they are toughness 4 and the Storm Bolter is toughness 4 as well. Strength 4 as well. So, 3 wounds, 3 armour saves and a 3 up, and 1 goes down. And the Land Raider is firing at the Fire Prison with his las cannons, needing freeze, and they are re-roll. He makes the hits, needs freeze, 3 up jinx save for the Fire Prison. 1 of them is jinked. 3 up to do anything, and failed. So now the Paladins are firing at the Wraith Knight, and so is the Grandmaster, and needing 6s to wound, and you need a 3 up arm save, and he made a 4. For turn 1 Grey Knight's Assault, they're going to try and take down some of the jet bikes. They do Overwatch, and they need 6s to hit and to wound, and on a 6 to wound, there is AP2. So there's 2 wounds, and they are invulnerable saves. And an armour save. So I've made the armour save, but the invulnerable save is a fail. 1 already had 1 wound. Oh, it's just the Terminators, so they only have 1 wound and they're gone. They make it in with a 10-inch charge, but the jet bikes get to go first. Their initiative is 5, whereas the Terminators is 4. There's 4 wounds for the Terminators, needing a 2 up arm save and make every single one of them. So 2 of the Terminators fighting with their power swords, needing 4s. 4 of them go through. And now the hammers. And 1. Oh, that was a roll for hammer, their special psychic power to make their strength +1. Which all Grey Knights have. It's called Hammer Hand. That was what it was. Now, a few jet bikes have failed. They failed combat and they have to roll a 4 on their leadership test. They fail it, however, Terminators can't sweeping advance, so they fall back. In turn 2 of the Eldar movement phase, the jet bikes regroup and he causes a malediction onto my unit of Terminators. So the Wraith Blades have moved up, the Wave Serpents have moved slightly up, everything in his army's moved up. The Crimson Hunter Exarch has come onto the board, ready to attack everything in that corner. So going on to turn 2 of the Eldar shooting. The Dark Reapers are trying to take down some more wounds from the Nemesis Dread Knight, getting a good few many hits. And they're a very reliable unit, and they do well every game for me. The do cost quite a few points though. Now I have lost a wound to their fire, so now he's taking a few more pot shots, trying to take down more of the wounds. This is one of the Bright Lances, and he rolls a 1 again, which is great for the Dread Knight. So now the Paladins are under fire. Both Wave Serpents are going to fire at it, and it takes down its Serpent Shield, meaning he rolls a d6 plus 1 to that. It's 4 hits extra to one of its weapons it can do. It's a Strength 7 weapon that ignores cover. Or if he keeps it on a roll of 2+, any penetrating hits made onto the Wave Serpent turns to glancing hits, which is great. Now, I do fail one of the armor saves, so they've lost a wound, and it was my commander, HQ War Master, Thingy, my Bob. So now he's needing 2s to wound, makes all of them. I need to make some armor saves, and I do. And an invulnerable save, and I do. So the Wave Serpent is firing its deadly small blast. Hits, very accurate. Needing 2s to wound. And 4 wounds. So I'm rolling my invulnerable saves, and I fail every single one. There's not a lot left now. So the jet bikes are now firing at the Terminators, hoping they can take some down. All but 2 hit, and any firing 2 volleys, and any 6s to wound. Again, it's AP 2. So I need 4s, and 2 6s and 2 4s. So I lose a wound, and I lose another guy. So there's only 2 left. More shots from the Crimson Hunter. It's a ballistic skill of 5, so it needs a 2 up. It has a Bright Lance and a Pulse Laser, both strength 8, AP 2. So, can you guess what happens to the Terminators? I need 5 up invulnerable, and I don't make it with them. So that squad is also gone. The Grey Knights are being taken down, whittled down. So here goes the Wraith Knight's deadly weapon. So a few direct hits, and any that aren't, he gets to reroll. So I make the armor save. Oh, 2s to wound, in fact, is what he's doing. And the armor saves are made. And now all the invulnerables. And 3 go down. So going into the assault phase, the Wraith Blades try to get the Dread Knight, but the Dread Knight kills one on Overwatch, and they don't make the range. So it goes to turn 2 Grey Knight's movement. They've unloaded their Grey Knight units. There's 1 Paladin left. Land Raider has moved round, and the Wraith Knight has done his 30-inch jetpack move, which he can use once per game. It's an upgrade I bought, give it to him. So everything is moved in, ready to try and take down, hopefully, that Wraith Blade. So turn 2 Grey Knight shooting, firing the heavy bolter, which is twin linked, and then firing 2 las cannons, which are also twin linked. Now needing 2s for the las cannons, and needing 6s for the heavy bolters. So 1 armor save and 2 invulnerables. Armor save made, and the 5 up invulnerable, 1 made. So he's lost 1 wound, only 5 left. Now, firing both Razorbacks at the same time, needing 3s to wound as well. Both wound and made both invulnerable saves. Now now all the Grey Knight Strike Squad and Terminators are firing at the same time, at the same target, so we roll them all at the same time. Stormbolter shots at the Wraith Knight. Now needing 6s. One armor save, which was made. Firing the torrent weapon from the Nemesis Dread Knight. Needing 2s to wound, and absolutely decimating that unit. We're only leaving 1, so try to assault it, and I'm trying to assault the Wraith Knight. So he's doing Overwatch. He makes 1. He wounds, but I make the save. So, rolled for the Paladin. He doesn't make it. Now rolling for the first squad of Grey Knights Strike Squad. They're in. Double 6s. Now rolling for the second squad at the Wraith Knight. They need 10. They make it on double 6s again. They have force weapons, so there is a chance that the Wraith Knight could go down. And the Nemesis Dread Knight destroys that Guardian unit, giving me another kill point. So the Wraith Knight goes first, needing 4s to hit, and then needing 2s to outright smash Grey Knights. So I need 4s to hit and 6s to wound, and I get 1/6. No 6s at all. I whiff completely. So it goes straight to the turn 3 Eldar movement because he ran down one of my units. So he brought his Crimson Hunter over to the side. The Wraith Blades have moved over to take down the Dread Knight, and everything else stayed where it was. So now the shooting phase. The Wraith Knight is firing on the Grey Knight squad, needing 3s for the scatter laser to hit. Positioning the blast so it clips the Paladin as well as the unit. The positioning of my models really benefited the blast template there. Needing 2s. He gets them. Now I need 5s of the Paladin, and he goes down. Now he needs 2s for the Grey Knight Strike Squad. And they go down. Now the Wave Serpent is firing at one of the Razorbacks. He's taking down his shield, as well as firing the Bright Lances. So Strength 7 and Strength 8 shots. He gets a pen. No. Now he gets a pen. And 1 is an explosion. So, that Razorback is now a lump of metal and a crater. So, rolling the Lance shot at the Land Raider, needing freeze, and freeze again. He penetrates, and he rolls a 6, which explodes the Land Raider in a one-shot hit. Immediately 200 or so points destroyed. Now firing everything else at the Dread Knight down in this far corner. Just trying to whittle it down as much as he can. The Crimson Hunter trying to take it down. He has 2 wounds left, so it is completely possible. Now he just needs 2 to wound. If I fail both of these, it is down, so needing a 5 up, and I make 1. I make 1. 1 wound left. Come on, Dread Knight. Now going into the turn 3 Eldar Assault phase, they go to attack. I overwatched and failed. So they move in, but I get to go first. Oh, rolling at the same time, but I went first. No, in fact, I do go first because they have ghost axes which make them unwieldy. Wieldly. But I kill one of them and they roll back and it's +2 to their strength, so strength 7, AP 2, axes, doom. I need to roll lots and lots and lots and lots of invulnerables and I failed. So now does a Storm Raven come in? It would really help. It would really... No. No, it doesn't. All that's left on the board is this lone Razorback. So all it can do is fire snapshots, and it misses. Turn 4, Eldar shooting. He didn't move anything, he just wanted to shoot it. Firing the Fire Prism, it fails. Quick dice rolling, firing the Crimson Hunter. Hits with everything. Needing 4s. 2 penetrating hits, that can take it down. But then he reminds me I have a cover save from the trees. So, and I make one of the cover saves, so he's fine. And does he explode? Does he explode? No! No, he doesn't. So now he's firing the Wave Circle with his Twin Link Bright Lances and Shield. So he rolls the Shield, gets 7 hits. You know, but I just say roll the Bright Lance. It's Twin Linked. Hits, and he just needs a 3. And it's down. So there we have it then. The Grey Knights were completely tabled. The Eldar were too powerful, too impressive, too amazing for the Grey Knights to do anything. 2 Guardian squads were taken down and a couple of Wraith Blades. That was it. So, oh, and a few Guardian jet bikes. So, good work to the Eldar, showing again that they are super strong. The Grey Knights were devastating in 5th edition, but it's now the time of the Eldar, definitely. Please subscribe, like, comment and share this video, and I'll see you on the next one.